I first heard about the Huskar Pit disaster while I was at school because we did some project work on it, and because I grew up in the village on from here, it's quite local to us, so it was part of project work at school. But when you're so young, it's another story, you know, you don't quite take the full impact of the awfulness of it. So it kind of goes away, you know, in and out of your brain with the other stuff that you're working on at school. But then last year was the 180th anniversary of the pit disaster, and a friend of ours from the village, Sylvia Le Breton, who I've known since being really tiny, she got in touch to ask if I would be interested in writing a song to commemorate it, because they were having a concert, and would I be interested in writing a song. And at first I was thinking, oh, I can't do that because it's going to be really harrowing. As a mother myself, thinking about the children who were drowned, which there were 26, so sat thinking about that, was just thinking, oh my word, I can't do this. But then I was like, no, I'm going to learn about it, and I'm going to do it because it's really important to tell people that story. Reading the book The Children of the Dark by Alan Gallop, great book, harrowing, but it was absolutely brilliant because it told you everything step by step, what happened to the kids. So basically, it was the 4th of July, and an absolutely beautiful day by all accounts, because there's a lot of accounts in there that people have given. And off they went to the pit. In fact, it was Joey Birkinshaw's first day, apparently. So anyway, off they went up to the mine, and apparently while they were underground, massive storm clouds came over, and people talk of it like it was the wrath of God was upon the earth, because there was like massive hailstones, and it was lashing and lashing with rain, which in turn then flooded the steam engine called the Black Horse, which was used to pull up the cage that they went up and down in, and the coal tubs as well. And so anybody who was underground at that point had to stay under there until they'd fixed it or got that going again. So most people under there, mainly the adults, were remaining calm because they'd all come to the foot of it, so they were able to tell them what had happened. But there was children, I think there was about 40 of them, that totally panicked because they thought it was a gas explosion, which was quite common back then. So they decided they were going to run to the other end of the pit to climb out of quite a steep shaft, which was like a day shaft. They went to the other side, ran off, and started to climb up. Some of the children escaped, but while some of them were climbing up the shaft, and when they went through, there was a trapdoor at the bottom, which meant they couldn't get back through. There was 26 of them in the shaft climbing up at the time that the stream broke its banks. So it came all the way down there and flooded the shaft, and the kids were drowned. And yeah, it's very hard to talk about. When they found them, the kids were actually hugging each other. So it was just, yeah, really, really horrible. Stop now and halt. You know, I'm not the kind of person, the kind of songwriter that I can be shut in a room and go write an album. So I did have to sit with the story for quite a while and, you know, just think of a way into it, a way around it, and which were the key parts that I wanted to get in there. So yeah, I started writing it, and I think it was kind of the chorus that came first, you know, to think, because I was writing it from the point of view of one of the mothers. So I wanted it to feel like a bit of a lullaby for the mother to be lulled to sleep, also to calm her, but also for the children. So the chorus bit kind of came first. And then as we were going along, we thought it would be really lovely to have brass involved. We work with a great brass team anyway, brass lads, brass quintet, but also because there's such a strong link to the colliery brass bands up in this area, we thought it'd be lovely to have that kind of sound. So we sent the song up to a fella called Andy Duncan, who does all our brass arrangements, and kind of explained what it was all about and what feel that we wanted. So he arranged the brass for us, and which was so lovely recording the lads on it. It was really, really lovely, and it gives it that other feel, and a feel about the collieries and the history in this area. Whilst we were recording the song, and whilst I was writing it, we had a great idea to get some children involved. so that those children's voices were there and represented, so people could hear what a massive thing it was. Hear the voices of 26 children and think, oh my word, you know, the loss of 26 children from a village like this and the surrounding areas was just absolutely huge. So we thought it would be a lovely idea to have those voices there and represented. So we asked our lovely friends over at Barnsley Youth Choir if we could borrow 26 children, 11 girls and 15 boys, all aged between 7 and 17. Yeah, and they were absolutely amazing. And then we decided to take them over to the National Coal Mining Museum over Wakefield Way. And they let us go down into one of the shafts there. And we filmed the kids and we recorded them there. Yeah, it was absolutely amazing. And again, you know, to have that visual of this is what 26 children look like in this space, you know, it was quite haunting really, but the kids were absolutely amazing and I'm so pleased with how it's come out. It's a funny thing, playing something like that or presenting a song like that you know is really tragic, you know, but folk music is a brilliant vehicle for that, to tell stories about those children, to tell horrific things, but also really positive things, because to come out of those children's deaths, Queen Victoria heard about it and forced Parliament to pass a law, which was passed in 1842, to prevent children under the age of 10 and women from working actually underground in the mines. So that was one positive thing to come out of it. But even just to tell that story, to go around, you know, we've been touring the song up and down the country, and people are just like totally horrified, but also really moved. And, you know, it's just a brilliant thing to keep those children's names alive, you know, so.